What's up, guys? Buckle up because you're about to enjoy an excellent Snaps game preview where we tell you everything you need to know about this weekend's game and probably some stuff that you didn't. Enjoy. The undefeated top 10 Missouri Tigers will leave the friendly confines of Como also for the first time this year, Aaron, as they will head to College Station to take on Texas A&M. And this is a massive game for Missouri here. If we think back preseason, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Mizzou were kind of that first grouping after the big dogs, right? Tennessee has ascended clearly into big dog status.
Yep.
Ole Miss has now fallen out even below Mizzou, and Mizzou is kind of feeling a little fraudulent at this point. They faced two Power 4 teams in Boston College and Vandy. BC's a pretty good team, fine, but 27-21 at home, then 30-27 against Vandy and OT, and it's a better Vandy team. But if you're really supposed to be top 10, 12-team playoff good, like we assume Mizzou may be, that's not good enough. And so if you did that at home, and now you have to go on the road to College Station against an A&M team that's finding its identity, play great defense, run Levy and Moss, have Marcel Reed make plays around the edges without making mistakes. I don't love this. This is, again, I'll get to my pick later, but this is a big moment for Mizzou. This is a season-defining who are we this season moment for the Missouri Tigers here.
No, because they don't have a lot of opportunities in big-time games because they're scheduled too. So, you have to win these games just for the committee to say, okay, that's a quality win against a quality opponent for them. So it's weird because you look at them, you watch the tape, you look at the stats, whatever you want to do when you look at the Tigers, and everything looks good. Like Brady Cook has been good this year. Maybe he hasn't been great, but he's been good. And I remember go back to the Boston College game, watching him when they were down, they put the ball in his hands and he made plays. I was like, okay, he looks the part this year. I know he's been a little bit up and down with like accuracy at times, but overall it's been a good football season. You got the receivers. Theo Weiss had a tremendous start to the season. Obviously, we know how good Luther Burden is and Mookie Cooper. And then Nate Noel has been one of the best gets at running back in college football in the transfer portal with 441 yards, 6.4 yards average. Like you look at everything, it's like, why are they not putting together?
They're not scoring touchdowns.
I know, it's crazy. So I still think overall top to bottom roster, it's there. They have the players. They've been playing well. When's the moment where they take that next level and start playing great to what we saw last year?
Yeah.
I think they're
I
think they're close to getting there. And this could be the final game where you could do it. Us on the road. There's you go on the road, you got to lock in, you got to zone in. It's us against the crazy Aggie fans in this incredible environment. We have to have our shit together coming off a bye week. I think this could be the perfect storm for Missouri to finally put it all together, which I think they're going to be able to do against the Aggies. I think this is the moment where they not necessarily ascend to big dog status, but kind of let the country know that, hey, we are a top 12 team. We are a playoff team.
No, if they win this game convincingly, I won't put them in that Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Texas grouping, but they will be a step above Ole Miss, and they will be 12-team playoff caliber if they win it convincingly. The thing is, though, this is a pretty tested A&M bunch. You open the season with College game day against a good Notre Dame team. You go into the swamp and you find a win when Florida wasn't completely broken quite yet. You played Arkansas in an absolute battle in a massive neutral site game, a game that is always close year in and year out. Mizzou's been chilling at home.
Yeah.
Beat up on a couple bad teams, played, Boston College is pretty good. Again, Vandy's better, but they are not nearly as battle tested. And the thing with Brady Cook is, look, the bottom line, I like him, but he's not playing that great.
He's playing good. He's playing good. He's not playing great. He's playing good.
But explain.
He's playing terrible.
So, but statistically, it's bad.
No, it's not. How is it statistically bad?
He's 12th in the SEC in passer rating. He's averaging 7.1 yards per attempt.
I need some more explosives.
That is lower than everyone in the conference, Aaron, except for Jackson Arnold. that's lower than Lenore Sellers, that's lower than Marcel Reed, that's lower than Brock Vandegrift, that's lower than Jordan Pavia. Name anybody. He's only thrown for 4 touchdowns. Like, he's not playing that good. He's playing okay.
He's playing okay. I don't think he's playing bad. He's not playing bad.
But he was supposed to be one of the top guys in the conference coming back.
I agree. He's not hit his. He's not.
What Thea Weiss? What happened to everything we talked about through the offseason? They haven't played elite defenses.
No.
Why haven't they put up the numbers that other teams put up against lesser teams?
Sonny, you watch it and it feels like it's a game away from exploding. It feels like the pieces are there and they're just like slowly working their way into the season. Got the bye week. You go reassess what you're doing offensively. You make the corrections and you go out there and you ball out. I'm telling you, like, they are knocking on the door to being a very, very good offense. They have to be. They're too good. They are too good at all these positions not to go out there and dominate, especially the way that Nate Noel's running the football. I like Marcus Carroll as well. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm a believer in the system, in the OC, in the personnel that, yes, they have underperformed, but doesn't mean they're going to do that the entire season. Just because they've been doing it for the first 4 games, does that mean that's going to be the trend for the next 8? Because it hasn't been bad. It just hasn't been to the level that we expect them to be at.
I would argue the offense has been bad. Again, with the weapons they have and the stats I just read, that's bad. That's bad. To not put up more against Boston College, to get in the battle that he did, not finishing drives against Mizzou. Again, for Brady Cook, who's supposed to be a top 5 quarterback in the SEC, to rank below all those guys. I mean, 7.1 yards per attempt.
It's not, I agree. It's unacceptable.
What is this? Check down Charlie bullshit? Like, at the end of the day, I think the Mizzou defense wins this game. It's such a heavy ask for Marcel Reed to already win a game of this caliber, even if he is at home. But, like, yes, for Mizzou's offense, if they play, they need to take the step forward that you're predicting, because otherwise this A&M defense is good enough where they can create the turnovers to win. They can create the big plays to win in this game. I'm still.
I don't think Brady's going to turn it over though, the way that Talon did last week. I mean, A&M got away with the win 21-17, and they won the turnover battle 3-0 because Talon's a turnover machine. Like, they had 14 points in the midway through the fourth quarter. They had 14 points on the board. I just don't think that they're going to get gifted 3 turnovers the same way that Arkansas did last week. And I like Marcel. I like A&M. He was just. I covered Arkansas a couple weeks ago. That is a good defense, not a great defense. That is an average defensive backfield. And he struggled mightily, 50% completion. Guys weren't getting open. And I'm not saying like Missouri's a bunch of world beaters on defense this year.
Mizzou's good defense.
It's a good defense. It's an upgrade. It's better than what Arkansas is. So if you couldn't get it done versus Arkansas, throwing the football, you're putting all of the pressure on Bell to go out there, or Moss, excuse me, to have a game in which he scores 150 yards rushing and a couple touchdowns. And I just don't think that that's feasible against this Missouri defense. So I think Missouri will get enough short fields to be able to score points, unless Marcel and that's the wild card too. Can he run the football? Missouri has gone against back-to-back running quarterbacks the past 2 weeks. Better week 1 than the first time versus BC than against Vandy and Pavio. But they've at least had some experience against it this year to go back and say, this is how we defended the quarterback run. This is what we did well. This is what we did bad. And then make those corrections during the bye week to get ready for, and I would say, an even better running quarterback in Marcel Reed. So we'll see what they can do on that side of the football.
Yeah, and Mizzou's defense has been awesome. And even one of those Boston College touchdowns, remember, was that crazy, like, fumbled snap that Castellanison picked up, and it was like an 80-yard touch. So I agree with you. Ultimately, the limited nature of the A&M offense combined with Missouri's defense, I think gives Mizzou a tough rock fight of a win. But I have to see more out of the Missouri offense. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is at the end of the day, the offense has been wholly disappointing. Oh, well, I'd say that was informative and fun. If you agree, please hit the like button, sub, and we'll see you next time for some more snaps.